Deathbrand, Pirate's Tale from the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim's Dragonborn DLC. Hackney Deathbrand was dying. For Garrick Windrime, ship's quartermaster, it was unthinkable. His grandfather had served under Hackney nigh on 60 years before, and even then he was a legend among the pirates of the north. The kin of ghosts, they called him, as eternal and pitiless as the sea he sailed. For Garrick, who had seen him charge into battle, clad in armour of gleaming stahlrim like the kins of old, his twin swords scything through men like grass. Hackney was practically a god. But none feared Hackney more than his own crew. They knew his rages, his fits of madness, how he delighted in torture and murder for its own sake. And there were even darker rumours. Some said he fed upon the blood and souls of those he had killed to extend his unnatural life. Some thought him a Daedra, loosed upon the mortal world. And others said he owed his life and power, his armour and swords, to a pact with Dagon, Prince of Destruction. And the seal of that pact was the terrible wound that scarred his face, never to heal. The Deathbrand, which no man could look upon without flinching. All these things ran through Garrick's mind as he took his place at the deck, at the head of the crew. Exchanging a curt nod with Thalin, the ship's helmsman and his chief rival, by sundown he thought one of them would be captain, the other thought would be dead. When Hackney finally emerged from his cabin, the crew fell silent. He looked frail, his voice raspy, but even so he had a presence about him. As he looked over his men, the most brutal murderers ever to ply the northern seas, no one could meet his gaze. At last he sighed. "You wish to know who will be my successor, and how my share of the treasure shall be divided?" That was the question, but even so, there were murmurs of protest. Hackney cut them off. "All these years I have looked for one who was worthy to take my place, or strong enough to take it from me. Not one of you even comes close, so none of you shall have it." He extended his hand. "In Dagon's name I place a curse upon my armour and my swords, this ship and all it carries, until the day one of you men can best me in combat. You shall not have a single coin." He looked up at them. "Be grateful you have your lives." Garrick and Thalin shared a single glance. Had anyone else said such a thing, that would have been mutiny. 100 treasure-mad pirates against one old man. But this was Hackney. The crew was silent. Hackney threw a map at Garrick's feet. "Garrick, take a longboat and bury my armour in the places I have marked. Thalin, we sail to my tomb, where you shall leave me with my gold. Then burn your ships, and do as you will. I am your captain no more." And with that, he turned and stalked back to his quarters. At daybreak, Garrick took his leave and set out in a longboat with 3 of his men. They landed on the shoal to the north of Solstheim, at the place Hackney had marked, made camp, and began to dig. But already greed stirred in Garrick's heart. Time and again he glanced at the iron-bound chest they had brought with them. The old man was gone, perhaps already dead, his orders foolish. That night Garrick pried open the chest and drew out the helm within. The stahlrim shimmered in the moonlight. It was time for a new kin of ghosts to arise. He placed the helmet on his head, and then he screamed. And it is said you can still hear the screaming still, on moonlit nights, on a rocky shoal off the northern coast of Solstheim.